From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your afternoon weather update.
I hope you've enjoyed our few days of fake fall because we are going to start warming up heading into today, tomorrow, and for the weekend. We have high pressure here. You can see that on satellite and radar. We are looking clear and nice once again for today. A partly cloudy sky expected for this afternoon and for this evening, but overall we don't have any rainfall to talk about for the next several days. So enjoy this dry weather while we've got it, but hopefully we can get some rain maybe next week. But for this week, we are going to stay dry, and through the weekend, you can see here on Futurecast, we are going to be a partly cloudy with temperatures in the low to mid 80s for this afternoon, and this evening cooling off to the 70s. And I do think we stay dry overnight with a few clouds waking up on Friday morning with temperatures in the lower 70s, getting up into the mid to maybe even upper 80s in some spots, but we stay dry under a partly cloudy sky for Friday as well. Dry for Friday night. It is the first Friday night football across the region. Perfect weather for that. It may be a little bit muggy, and overall we will stay dry for any football games on Friday night. Here is what you can expect as far as temperatures go. For tomorrow, we are looking at mid 80s, heading into your Saturday, upper 80s to maybe even some lower 90s, but lower 90s across the board for the second half of your weekend. And for Monday and Tuesday, looking like low to mid 90s, going to start to gradually warm up. We'll also crank up the humidity as we go day by day across the Tennessee Valley. Now taking it to the tropics, still nothing with the eye you can see here on satellite in the Gulf of Mexico. However, over the next 7 days, we could see some form of tropical development. Now yesterday, this was at a 20% chance of development over the next 7 days, but now we are up to 30%, and that's kind of expected as we get closer and closer to this actually coming to fruition potentially. However, as far as any activity goes, over the next 7 days, there's just a 30% chance of a tropical disturbance developing in the western Gulf of Mexico. It looks to be staying, as far as the forecast goes, in the western portion of the Gulf, but of course we will be watching for the Gulf near Alabama or the Florida Panhandle for any shift in the forecast. But for right now, just a low to moderate chance of a tropical disturbance developing in the western portion of the Gulf of Mexico. So we are keeping an eye on the tropics, but no impacts really expected here in the Tennessee Valley. So let's go ahead and take it back to our forecast for this afternoon. Going hour by hour, we are looking at the mid 80s for this afternoon. Again, a few clouds in the sky, but we are not talking rain chances, and temperatures will get down into the 70s and eventually into the 60s overnight. And like I said, we stay dry and clear for the evening and overnight. Here's your 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are looking fantastic once again for tomorrow. Again, a fantastic evening for Friday night football with temperatures, high temperatures in the mid 80s and then closer to the upper 70s to mid 70s by game time. And then for your weekend, we are staying dry, but we will crank up the humidity a little bit as well as the heat, with temperatures in the upper 80s for Saturday, lower 90s for Sunday, and then we stay steady in the 90s for next week. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a warm week, but we do still stay dry. However, with that heat, we may watch for some rain chances here or there, but right now looking dry for the next several days.